All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final match of the 2021 Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. We started with 48 players. We're down to the last two. And we are in for a treat here in this best of five match between the 6 seed, TheHaxor, and the 9 seed, TEEX88, in what will be a best of five matchup between the two. So get ready for a great finale to what has been a wild and interesting tournament. All right, I am Pro A007. Very happy to be joining you here this evening, and on the mic with me is Dust Minion. Welcome.
Hello, and we hope to have an exemplary match for you tonight with these two juggernauts.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right. Okay, so, all right. Sorry about that. We had a slight hiccup in real life. Gus, when you're ready. All right. So we have on the left, TEEX88, who was the co-Group C winner, finished 5-1, tied with Animus United. Was the 9 seed overall and has cut a swath through the brackets, going 8-0 in bracket play, knocking out Gimp Extreme, Ibuba, Scarface Nico, and me, Pro A007, on his way to the finals. On the right, TheHaxor went 6-0 in Group D. Went 6-1 in brackets, defeating Paradox 64 in 2, Stewie Cartman in 3, and Mitch Flowerpower in 2. So both runners have put on a great display of skill here. So get ready for what should be a very exciting finale to this tournament. And we're off.
We begin with the Skyland.
All right, and we lead off with one of the 9 beta stages that have been included by the programmer of the randomizer, F. Coughlin Friend. These are stages that were part of the game, that were developed but never included in the final cut of the game, but they are included in the back of the code.
There are technically 15 in total, but only 9 of them are shuffled with the randomizer.
Correct. So we have an interesting setup here where we have 2 forts, the tan fort and a blue fort. Now, it's not 100% a given, but if you see a tan fort, that usually means it's going to build a bridge. If you have a blue fort, that usually means it breaks a lock. The exception to the rule is if there are 3 forts, at which point you cannot assume anything.
So far, we have no proof that there is a third fort. Not just yet, anyway.
Not just yet, but I think we can reasonably assume that the next fort will be 7F1, aka Fort Knox, and we'll see how our runners react to this, particularly Teeks, who's going to be potentially going in there as small Mario. Does he stop for a mushroom? Okay.
Oh.
He gambled and it paid off, so he got the Navy instead, so he'll be able to put on a clinic with those Peace Speed strats along with the TheHaxor. But we've noticed, for those of you not familiar, that the World 7 and World 4 forts in particular tend to pair up quite often. So subconsciously, we're always kind of planning for this.
Yes, which is makes it surprising that they didn't go for the Toad House in anticipation of Fort Knox.
Well, yeah, more so for Teeks. I mean, for Haxor, it's not great. Oh! And Teeks finally was kind of riding the line there with that with that small Mario and finally got bodied by a Paragoomba. He is going to stop to get a mushroom, give himself a little bit of a breathing room here.
Those Paragoombas are some of the worst enemies that can get shuffled because you're trying to speed through it. You're making these jumps, and in your face, right there.
Yeah. So, we got a hammer off the first hammer bro. That will be useful in 4 worlds, 2, 3, 4, and 6, potentially. No guarantee, of course, but nice dodging there by TEEX to get his hammer. TheHaxor, oh, a free pass right to the airship.
And he gets his other item, which is a star.
So the world order for the airships are randomized. It's over the Koopa Kids' hit points and attributes, and TheHaxor got a pretty generous 2-hit normal Roy there. So Hax, the first one out at 332.
TEEX roughly maybe 10, 12 seconds behind.
15. 25, excuse me. 357 for TEEX. So that death at 2-5 hurting him early, and we're on to World 4 now. At the very least, it's going to be 1-4, maybe 2, and it is a 2-4 world.
And we were talking about World 4 forts earlier. Well, here's a World 4 fort.
Yeah. 4F2, so it's a decent bet. 4F1 will be the other fort. Whether or not they actually have to play it remains to be seen. We saw a bridge and a lock. The bridge is always required. Alright, so they got the correct fort. Now they just got to get to the finish line. The pipe placement allows them to skip 4-5 and onto 4-2, which is 6-5.
Okay, not 6-6, but 6-5 can be problematic if a certain enemy roster were to show up in the back half, which doesn't look like it's going to.
No, yeah, and Hax deciding not to go for the 6-5 clip, which he was going for in practice. Just to kind of see if he could do it. He did it in the semifinals against Mitch. So did Mitch, incidentally. So, one of those things that top-level speedrunners can practice. TEEX is not going to take the pipe because he's already got his item, and TheHaxor accidentally picked up a 3-up there.
Now we enter the quicksand stage with fire chomps and launch a fire. You will need to tread carefully with speeding, because you can get caught by the fire snake tails.
Yeah, meddling Paragoomba or something, always something to get you there. TEEX, by virtue of the draw, had to play a hammer bro. TEEX also opting for the 4-5 location and gets quicksand as well. So we'll see what happens as far as divergence. And looks Hax. Okay, Hax avoids the hammer bro there.
And that's World 1 airship right there.
So we got two of the easier airships out of the way. Hax with the star is just gonna play this through, and now we got Iggy and his wild hitbox, but not today. So one hit Iggy, and Hax says small Mario. He's like, oh, good.
Yeah. Iggy in particular is notorious about his hitbox. Like, normally it's like Roy and Ludwig, but Iggy is a special case.
Yeah.
And a cloud from Peach.
So this is an interesting 7 map draw. Locke is in front of 7-5, so this, Haxor is going for the pipe, is going for the fort right away. That's an interesting strat. For me, I think I'd just be hunting for pipes at this point, just to kind of see what's on the other side here. Myself, but that is a matter of philosophy. Let's see what TEEX decides to. TEEX is knows where the other
or not.
I think he's gonna go for it. That's a good choice, especially since it's an isolated. It's an isolated location. I'd still argue for the idea of exploration, but still. He'll get immediate validation. Hacks. So based on that,
looks like what TheHaxor did was the correct one.
Potentially, yes. Yeah, that takes care of the lock in front of 7-5. So Hacks is in 5F1. Will TEEX now be going to 6F1? Not just yet. Is 7-5 the correct choice? It could be. I think both are going to be required here.
It's looking like it seems very likely that that one lock is blocking the pass of the Promised Land.
I think so. Yeah, so they are going to play 7-5. This is a good place to use a cloud, incidentally. It's basically a free pass.
Yeah, I'd probably use it too.
The pyramid stage, it's not a bad stage, it's long, though. It takes about 30-35 seconds. There are much longer and more awful stages ahead, but given that you play about a third of the map, a third of the stages in a given seed, not a guarantee you're going to see some of those awful stages.
So it's not as bad when you have a tail, at least.
That is true, and Leslie Pro 04 pointed that out as well, and that is certainly true. Tax with maintaining his one-stage lead right now, as we now get to see what's on the other side, and a free pass.
There it is.
And Hacks is actually
go to sleep.
All right, that's an interesting strat. We'll see if TEEX opts for the same, or if he's going to play the item.
For Hater Ludwig, and TEEX is also doing the same thing.
Alright, so 10:44 on the wand grab for Haxor. TEEX not far behind. He's going to be about 30-35 seconds back, probably, going into the next world. Chat, get your predictions in. What's our next world?
So far, we've seen, like, one path divergence, and it didn't really amount to much of anything. It was still the same distance, regardless.
Yeah. Alright, we're in World 3 now. We got 3 stages. It's a 1-fort world because of the 10 tile. Normally there's 9 with 2 forts. Today there are 10. There's 10. So...
Huh. I didn't think to do that when using the P-switch in that stage.
Yeah, it's not a common strat. Stewie Cartman, I know, has done it a lot in his rando matches. 6-6. You know, if hacks weren't already Fire Mario, this would be a good place to cloud. This stage is pretty rough in rando. Got clocked there by the green Cheep.
Here's Rocket Cheap.
He's got the stars, so that'll offset and that'll give him through the pipe.
Okay, he took out the Venus fire trap. That's huge.
Yeah, let's see. TEEX gonna play 6-6 as well. Looks like he's playing this a little cleaner than Hacks so far. He was 29 seconds back going into after the wand grabs. We got another loss level.
And this 3-9, I want to say. This
Yeah, it's kind of a hybrid of 3-9 and 7-2 for betas. If you have a tail, you can skip a lot of this and just take the pipe up top, but neither is going to be able to do that here as TEEX is continuing to follow suit. He got hit by Koopa. He's trying to go for peace speeds here. Okay.
a fort.
Okay.
All because it's in the way.
Steeds and Val at 3F2 is outside its natural habitat of World 8.
This level plays the same every time. Nothing really changes mechanically about this fortress.
Yeah, it is pretty rote as far as the forts go, unless you have a bad input. Alright, so that would have been another good place to cloud, just because it's a free check either way. But Hax is going to hold on to it. He's going to play 1-4.
And TEEX will do the same.
TEEX picking up some peace speed here. He's going to be able to catch up a bit here.
Wow.
Nicely done. Nicely done by TEEX.
That was clean.
That's very, very good. You don't see it. And there it is, so... Alright.
Alright, vanilla airship. Which is good, because it's Wendy we're fighting next.
Yeah, Hax will have the advantage here. What is TEEX? Okay, thought he picked the wrong pipe by mistake for some reason. Alright, 15:30 at halftime for Hax. TEEX is going to take a little longer here because he doesn't have Fire Mario.
Alright, all we have left is grass, desert, and ice.
Never mind, one hit Wendy. So 15:54, so 24 seconds back. Alright, so yeah, 1, 2, and 6 still in play. We got a lot of forts to play still, and just one here.
Where to go. Very hard choice. I went for the best that this fort ended up here because this fort is longer than most people would like it to be.
Yeah, it is deceptively long for sure. TEEX actually put that frog suit to good use and gave himself a quick damage boost here. Could not retain his peace speed though. Unfortunately, did not get a power up there. Just got a 1-up.
And a actual Fred stage. How about that?
Yeah, 1-6 and 1-6 location. And he's got the right power up for it and naturally flies over, so he's going to pick up some value, some badly needed seconds there to retain his lead.
There is
Ooh, Teeks.
just enough. I saw that too.
It was probably a defensive maneuver. It's like, okay, I'm small, I need something. And he got it, and Hax actually picked up a cloud off the Hammer Bro. So that's good for him, and
that's including the one that he had before. So that's two cloud usages and 2 worlds left. We should be seeing them soon.
yeah, I would think so. Hax having a little trouble there with Larry, but drops him and gets the wand at 1805. So we've had a quick seed so far through 5 worlds, but 2 and 6 can turn their head, can turn the dial a little bit, and we've not seen a lot of fourths so far. Teeks, I think, was going for it, but couldn't get the piece, the off-screen wand grab, but still 25 seconds back. Alright, so, World 6. Hax is skipping the fort for now. We'll see if that's the correct move. They do have a hammer to play with. Depending on the map, that will affect their choice here.
Yeah, will they use it here or save it for desert?
Yeah. There are 2 places they can use it here to shave some levels. We'll see.
Okay.
So 2.
Oh. Well, there's World 1 fort.
Yep. And okay, so there's the other there's another fort. That is the fort in that location is required. Hax, I think, is overthinking this a little bit, and Teeks with a chance to take the lead here. I might well be in the lead right now. He's in Carpet Fort 6F3.
Yep. And yeah, Teeks did use one of his clouds to skip that level 10 there, and the question in chat, is that fort known to not be required? Yeah,
No.
The World 1 fort, the randomizer is always going to assume you are going for the hidden item, and collecting an item does not break the lock. So the randomizer is not going to put that lock in a way where you can soft lock yourself.
Oh, and Teeks, using his hammer using his cloud to good use, has vaulted his way into the lead here. And we'll see if TheHaxor with an extra cloud, he does the same. He will be not far behind here as we're the World 7 Airship. So, Teeks in the lead right now, but it's a tenuous lead with that extra cloud in Haxor's possession.
But thankfully, this is Lemmy, and he lends himself very easily to fire kills, even in arenas such as this.
So Teeks, we'll see if that extra cloud ends up hurting him. World 2 is a strange world, but Hax does have that added advantage in his back pocket. It was a one-hit Lemmy on top of that.
Huh. Both Wendy and Lemmy.
So last airship will be World 4. Okay, so pipe's useless here, so ooh.
Here's Fort Knox.
So the World 7 forts weren't paired off. Both players are going to look fabulous now with their Tanuki suits. Yeah, so Hax will be able to probably skip whatever's in front of the castle here. Teeks will not have that. Will not be afforded that opportunity. We'll see what Teeks has to play and Haxor gets to skip, because I can't imagine.
Yeah, I believe they only had the one hammer.
Correct.
Oh, there's 3 ports here.
Ooh, there we go. So so Teeks is gonna have to play this. He doesn't even know if this is gonna actually break the lock in front. It's not a guarantee.
Oh, Haxor's hammer. But is it worth using? That's the question.
It is. So using the hammer would have let them skip one stage, essentially. And you know, just to make things funny, another hammer.
And 5F2. It goes about the same way every time. Run, don't stop moving. The hazards are placed just right that they won't get in your way if you don't stop.
So Hax is gonna pull ahead here. He knows he doesn't have to play, so Hax in the lead going into the World 4 airship. So we're pretty close to sync going into World 8 here.
And grabbing a flower for luck, and 1 hit Morton.
Wow. So 24:32, 24:35. So a 3-second difference between our runners going into the final world. We have 5 potential forts on the table here. 4F1, 6F2, Air Force, A Fort, and Super Tanks. All right,
Final
Grady
item from Peaches of P-Wing, and okay, now it's the first hand trap, and Teeks gets grabbed. No.
And it's 1-6 beta, and Teeks is actually going to play this.
On the other side, Haxor gets grabbed by the second hand trap, which is 5-8. And he's just gonna speedrun strat through it. There we go. That's harder than it looks, by the way.
Yeah. So both players getting grabbed by hands. Maybe that offsets here. Teeks following along here. Sees, okay, finds a pipe. Teeks gets grabbed, and Air Force is in the slot. Does he go for it? Hax is going back to the starting spot. Hax is gonna, Teeks is gonna finish up 5-8 here. Okay.
Okay.
And that is good to know. There's a kind of a double loop there. Teeks is going to play Air Force, and it is Air Force.
How about that? Okay, 1 bridge, and there's a fort right there. I don't think this is going to be the one, but it's not unheard of.
Yeah, it's not unheard of. We've seen 1 lock so far, and a bridge. So there's probably 2 locks then in the dark area. Moment of truth coming up here. Is Haxor's guess correct? Or are we heading for another sub 30 seed, courtesy of Dust Minion? Nope.
No.
Alright, it wasn't.
That one was all not the correct one.
Yeah, it wasn't Air. Yeah, it wasn't Air Force either. So now we got tanks and super tanks as the possible choices here. TEEX, kind of following the line here, but gets in the wrong spot.
We don't know the identity of those tanks yet either.
Yeah, we don't, and that's starting to become a problem.
Okay.
TEEX is now gonna. It is
Okay.
Super Tank. What's with all the Freds here? Jeez.
Yeah, so Falls Tank was protected by a lock.
Yeah. Now the oh, Hax gets grabbed. And that's 8-1. Now here's the kicker. If TEEX sees that lock, sees nothing break, he knows he's got it. Now he's just got to find his way out of here.
Okay.
And he's got it. TEEX has got it. It's TEEX's race to lose, provided he can find the right path.
Yeah, this is World 8 after all. It's easy to lose track on which pipe leads to where.
He's done a... Oh no.
Oh dear.
He takes a death here, watch.
Yeah.
He knows. Yeah, he's fine. Just gotta get out of here. Alright, he's good. He's good. Yeah, he's gonna play this, see what it is, and then... Yeah, last pipe.
Yeah. But he should be golden.
Should be.
No!
It's 8 Fort.
Well then. That's
So...
curious.
Huh.
So, who will get there first?
Hax is gonna get there first. And it's 8 Fort or it's 4F1. And it is 8 Fort.
That was a lot of Freds.
And no kidding. I guess my only explanation is we never saw what was in the corner there, in front of 8 Fort until after the fact. So that would be my only assumption. Hax taking his one free hit there to get out of here.
Yep. And intentionally taking damage from the spiked ceiling to get this done faster.
Yeah, he's got a hammer suit, so he's all set there. Nice dodge there by TEEX. So this is still close. Hax with the lead here right now.
And they both have a hammer suit at the helm.
Alright, race is on. This could come down to jumps.
And clips, and if Bowser is feeling rude.
Well, both are very accomplished at their clips. Hax missing on the boo there. Alright. Let's see how Hax does with his clips. Very... Oh, mac and cheese is it. Wow.
And blink and you'll miss it. Goodbye, Bowser.
Wow, what a finish. A wild, topsy-turvy game one.
Get your GG's out for the Haxor as he takes game one. Walking in at 32-11.
Yeah, Haxor finishes 31-52.
31-52. TEEX clocks in at 32-11.
right, so TheHaxor on the board with a 1-0 lead through one game of 5 here. We've got many more to go potentially. This is a best of 3 after all. So stand by for game 2, which will be starting in the next few minutes.
You're getting 3 games at minimum. And we'll be back with game 2. Stay tuned.
Right, we are back for game 2 of this best of 5 uh, championship match between TEEX and TheHaxor. If you
The
missed game
TheHaxor took
1,
the last. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
TheHaxor won a back and forth game 1. Haxor led for most of the race. TEEX caught up late. And they were trading leads in World 8, and the Great Equalizer proved its name once again as Haxor was able, by virtue of slightly better routing and luck, to pull away with a 19-second win over TEEX.
This is not to take away from Haxor's victory. It was
Not at
still
all.
a great race, all told.
Yeah, 31:52 and under bracket controls is a very good time for anybody. Very, very good time. And You know, 31-52 more often than not, you'll win. In this case, not so much. And we're actually looking at sub 30 pace for a bit there.
Our racers have confirmed their hash, and they are ready to go.
All right, so chat, get your predictions in for the first world that we're going to see tonight for game 2 of this best of 5 matchup. Yeah, so I will say let's go for RWO. We haven't seen that in this tournament. We've had some teases, but you know, let's have it. Flag has been dropped. So our runners will be starting any minute now. So, you know, for TEEX, I mean, you know, taking his takeaways from game 1's like, well, whatever. Yeah, he had the death in 2-5. There were a couple other little bits here and there, but you know, HaxOr, same thing. HaxOr, you know, had some hiccups. Play some of the longer stages gave him some trouble. 6-6 in particular. TEEX did it much faster. TEEX did 1-4 much faster than HaxOr. So, you know, it's one of those things where you just kind of got to shake it off and get on to the next one. All right, here we go. And we lead off with World 1.
Right, and we open with Air Force.
Yeah, this is one of those stages that you really want to learn as quickly as you can, as far as Rando is concerned, playing it as small Mario, because there is a certain precision to the jumps here.
That said, this is one of the few stages in Randomizer that works out the same way every time because nothing changes, other than the lack of auto-scrolling.
What is TEEX doing? Oh, never mind. I misread the map. Sorry. Pay no attention to me, I'm being senile again. So we have 3-8 and lost levels. Yeah,
let's look at the map again.
Yeah, okay, both forts are required.
Yeah.
A moment of senility, I apologize. 4F1, the only fort we did not see in game 1 at all. We got a glimmer of one fort by TEEX, then TEEX like, nope, don't have to play this, I'm out of here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Grandpa Proe needs to go to bed. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so old.
Those tight squeezes for the thwomps. That's another thing that's harder than it looks.
Yeah. Right, we have 1-1. Looks like we're gonna have a star chain here. With an angry sun lurking in the background, angry at that everybody's enjoying all this nice weather. Well, if the weather's nice by you, it's been really nice the last couple of days by me.
And now the sun's gone forever.
Yeah, eternal blackness.
I hope you're proud, Mario. Alright, a lost level again.
Yeah, this is actually the level that led off game 1, if you'll recall. TEEX picks up the star and retains his peace speed for most of it. Unfortunately, runs out, but
Alright, the first Hammer Brother item is Vanilla Star.
so we have World 7 Airship.
And here comes the speedrun strats, the same.
Yeah, this is always a treat to get to go your way. And a one-hit Larry. So TEEX is 7 seconds back through one world, so not bad. Long way to go yet. Now,
This is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's like, you know, some people are predicting 4 or 5 games, you know, not a sweep. But out of the 23 matches we've had in bracket plays, only 5 of the 23 have gone the distance. Everything else has been sweeps. Got a 1-4 World 7 now.
And that was a hammer suit from Peach, so they're set for items already.
Yeah, it looks like that pipe is not required. Looks like that fort is not required. It's just a question, what pipe is it? Well, not that.
They seem to be taking the same route.
Yeah, it looks as if oh, I think TEEX is getting a little
Oh.
well. TEEX has got to commit himself to this now.
Well, the fort ended up being necessary anyway, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, it's necessary, but you know, if it was one fort, you wouldn't have had to go for the item. I like Night Shifter's idea, going back and forth, 1-7-2-6-3-5-4. I like that.
Right, TEEX will be joining TheHaxor shortly. There you are.
So unfortunately, TEEX's slightly inaccurate play there is going to put him kind of behind the 8 ball here early. So we'll see how he handles this going forward. Meanwhile, TheHaxor is in the 5-3 beta.
Yep. It's considered the 5-3 beta because of... Oh, no!
Ooh, that's really, really unfortunate, and TEEX is burning his hammer suit. Those... Okay, granted, he is a top-tier 100% player, so he and Warpless player, so he knows how to do hammer strats. Oh, he lost his hammer suit, unfortunately.
That's gonna be huge for TheHaxor. Unless something befalls him and he's forced to early hammer as well.
Like,
or
no, he didn't.
No.
He just did it on his own, under his own volition, and he lost it. Unfortunately, so no custom message from the king. So yeah, this is unfortunate for TEEX. He's not. Ooh, clipping the pipe wall there hurt him. For to do that cleanly. Oh, TEEX get bodied all over the place here, and that star is impractical.
And that's the thing about this this lost level. There are 0 power-ups in it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not one you can screw around in. You get past this opening section, you're usually okay. The opening section underwater. But you got to be careful. And so 732 for TheHaxor. TEEX is gonna have to gamble now. And he he obviously doesn't know where his opponent is, but he knows he's in trouble. He had 2 unforced errors there in 2 stages that are a little on the long side, so he's got to go, pedal to the metal here.
At this point, you need to start making the big gambles.
Yeah. And there is a certain psychological freeness to that. I've certainly experienced it in some of my races. Nice wall jump there by TEEX. Saved a couple of seconds there. But looking at about 90 seconds back going into World 3. Uh-oh.
And the hitbox by Ludwig, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's a 5-hitter too. So... we got 2 pipe checks here. There's a pipe and down below. No guarantee it's required. We're just checking right now. Okay. Probably is required, but the pipe itself is in 3-3's vanilla locations, so this works out pretty well.
Yeah, so this is going to be the one. And, oh, it looks like the other lock is on the island.
Yeah, up top. So TheHaxor catches a break there. Gets to skip a stage in a fort and is onto the world's 6th airship. TEEX waiting out that drunk hotfoot to utilize his P-speed strats.
And World 6 airship is the other of 2 airships with the flat arena for the Koopalings, which is generally what you want to see when you're facing Wendy or Lemmy.
Yeah, we don't necessarily want to see vanilla for Lemmy, but certainly, yeah. The only airship you don't want to see for Lemmy probably is World 2, just because he starts higher than you. I mean, you can get a fire kill on him, but it's kind of tricky. There's a cloud from the princess.
Hello, Fort Knox, again.
So they didn't pair the World 7 forts again. What kind of magic is this? Let's see if TEEX goes for the power-up here. He doesn't get the clip. Not going for it.
Alright. That's fire kill on Wendy, on TEEX's end.
So TEEX catches up a little bit. He's only 79 seconds back now at 11:47 to 10:28. But he's going to need to keep pressing here to really narrow this gap. We got 5-3. This is a good stage to cloud, but rather do it with a pipe in front of you.
Yeah. It's not so much that the stage is hard, it's that it's long, like roughly, 1.5 stages worth. And the enemy roster can be kind of rude at times.
Yeah, it has a tendency to really get unpleasant. Because pretty much anything can show up here. Alright, so 5-3, not a huge thing for TheHaxor. Got a nice enemy set overall. Yeah, Night Shifter is right, that was a fairly tame 5-3. You got 7-6 now. Ooh,
Okay.
boy.
Third try.
Yeah, these guys are practiced at their 7-1, 7-6 clips. It's not a big deal for them. See how TEEX handles it.
Next, 3-4. Much to say
TEEX
about-
got caught.
Oh,
TEEX got caught. TEEX is actually now going for a hammer, going to the mushroom house.
it's a frog.
This is a good place to cloud.
And he's
okay.
gonna.
Oh! TEEX
It is possible to clip as frog.
Yes, it is. He can do it. I've seen him do it. This is...
And there it is.
See? So... yeah, there's like 6 tries on the clip there. You know, you kind of look for those so-called signs from heaven. That could be it for TEEX if he wants to get back into this, because that was a real saving grace for him.
Yep. So Randomizer randomizes a lot of enemy placement, but Lakitu is always going to be Lakitu.
But 15-16 for TheHaxor.
Up next, we have Sky.
Again, good place to use a cloud, I think. Hax is gonna have to use it eventually. Hax is in 4-3 right now, and gonna put damage boost and use some of those P-speed strats.
Looking at the map, we see the tower and 1 pipe, which means pipe is not the paradox pipe.
No, probably not. Maybe. Let's see it again. Yeah, okay, it's not. It's not. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, they are going to have to go up 1636 for... Ooh, 3-4. It's, well, just play what's in front of you.
Okay, dual boss pass.
Only stage where you can see this. Hax taking a hit there in 4-2 by flying Cheap Cheap. He's got the right item for this. 1 for it. He is probably going to go for the item.
I imagine he does as well, because none of the locks are really in the way, per se.
Right. Okay, got a hammer out of the deal. We still got Worlds 4 and 6 to play. Alright, 6-8 with an angry sun in the background. Hack's taking a few too many hits there for my liking, but should be okay.
There we go.
I'd have been thinking about it, but is going to opt to play the stage instead. I think he's happy he did. 7-3 with P speed is pretty quick.
Will TEEX be able to pick up a leaf in this stage and also get his hands on a hammer? No.
Nope. Well, he got the cliff. That's something.
Unfortunately, not enough time to get there for the orb.
Fortunately not. Oh, Hax got stun locked, but manages to get out of it. Well, Teek's got a hammer anyways.
Okay. Never mind. All that's left is giant and ice, as you said earlier.
Correct.
And, well, here we are.
Alright, is this quick or is this gonna be quick or dirty? Dirty! Excellent.
Yep, looking dirty.
6-7, another auto-scroller turned off. Not a particularly difficult stage, but kind of on the long side.
Yeah. I'd have to look at the map again, but I think hammer might actually be the play.
It's a potential play, certainly, especially if the pipe is in the corner.
And I guess it depends if where the location of the second fort is.
This is tempting.
Hmm.
He's really wavering on this. Okay, 7-1.
Okay.
That's not a big.
Alright, that's... Yeah, this is a tough choice, for sure. We'll see what TEEX does.
It's third try again, I believe. That's a really close call. By TheHaxor. It's like that could have worked out either way, but I think this is ultimately correct. I think if the pipe and the fort were down and to the left one more tile, I think it would have been worth going for it.
Overshot his jump.
He's overshot the runway a little bit there.
Yep. Those two bump-ups are special, that they're programmed to immediately go off.
Okay, so it was not, as it turns out, Navy.
Alright. Now TEEX has to clip with a tail on.
They did it with frog suits, so perfectly doable, but it's sub-pixel perfect.
Yeah. And this is the... If you want to speed through 7-1, this is the only way you can do it. It's not 7-6 where you can just P-wing over the entrance.
Right. Early on his jumps, just keep rubbing against the wall there. I think he's had enough. He's got a couple of fire flowers.
There we go.
There it is. There we go. But yeah, that did hurt him dearly on that one. Axe grabs the one at 2301.
They're both hoping for hammer to be the best thing in the world when they enter ice.
Well, yeah. We really want this to kind of pay off here. Let's see.
And
Alright.
that's the first anchor of the night, I think.
Yeah. Got 3 pipes up front.
Okay.
Opening pipes that are lock. The anchor. The anchor is a random item. It's basically a wild card. It could be anything except a hammer. So it's essentially a free item. Normally in the vanilla game, the anchor keeps an airship locked in place for a couple of turns.
And it's basically no, the item it's going to be is it's always going to be that item for that particular seed.
Correct. Uh-oh. This is okay. Well, he knows where. Well, he knows where the other fort is. He saw it earlier, so I don't think this is a 3-fort, so he's fine. Yeah, it's a 2-fort world, so he's fine. How did he skip the hammer, bro? When the screen transitions, you have a 1-frame window to basically glide past the hammer, bro. If you and the hammer, bro, overlapping with one another, and yeah, so you're allowed to skip. Okay, Haxor checked the anchor, and it was a frog suit, which in the early days of the rando, that's exactly what it was, and uh-oh. I think TEEX is in deep trouble.
Okay, Lemmy in this arena is not great, to say the least. I mean, if you can keep him unlocked like this, that's fine, but he's eventually going to go over to the left and not give you opportunity to hit him if you don't have fire.
Yeah, no, anchor cannot be anchor, because we don't allow for it under these controls anyways. So 26-27 for Haxor. TEEX just about finished here. He's just got to play 6F2, and then he's on his way to the airship. All right, so we got something in the corner there.
Saving that position so he doesn't have to risk going past that hand trap again.
A smart move. We have 3F, outside of 3F1, the other forts we have not seen so far. 3F2, 4F2, 5F1, 6F1, 8 fort, and super tanks. So a lot of forts were skipped so far. There's a lock. There. Oh, right. Haxor. Wow. Haxor had 2 clouds. Haxor had 2 clouds and actually validated one of them. Wow. It's rare to actually get a cloud to pay off in World 8. That time it did.
Another lock right there.
Yep.
And there's the third lock, which means possibly that first fort was the answer.
I think it was, yes. So this is a Jet World 8. Haxor knows exactly what he has to do. He's unfortunately not having any luck with the hands. Gets 1-5.
And we're there.
0 bridges, so 6F1 is the gatekeeper. Hax will just missed on on sub 30 here, but he's gonna be on his way to another really strong time.
They both use their hammer suits early on, so they're not gonna get the hammer beat Bowser, but that's fine because they still have fire in their pocket.
Yeah, they're not gonna have to worry too much about that. Alright, so Hack's on his way up to take out Bowser. The 35 fireballs to the noggin.
Okay, TEEX is also clouding.
Wow. And Haxor mac and cheeses the clip again.
Not over yet, though. He still has to not get hit.
He has to close the deal, but even then...
And he's down. The TheHaxor takes game 2.
Finishing with an official race time of 30:39. So up 2 zip. We got one more to go. At least one more to go, though. It's not over. Can TEEX rebound and win game 3? And TEEX, as by now learned, he has indeed lost. Answer chat's question, yes, this is best of 5. We allocate for 5 games for the 3rd place and finals. So, in TEEX's case, it was those early mistakes, those early deaths that really put him behind the 8 ball. He never got out. He was always at least a minute behind the whole race.
Yeah, those deaths were super detrimental to him in the long run. Like, he was in a pit and he wasn't able to climb out in time.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Yeah, it was an unfortunate setback for him.
With this, he has one more chance to turn around.
He certainly can.
I've seen it.
Yeah. What he's really going to need right now are some really rando-y seeds, I think, to kind of throw Haxor a little off his game and maybe kind of flatten things out a little bit here. And that's his best bet. We saw it in the semifinal against Mitch. Haxor, in a straight speed race, can run it with the best of them, and he certainly proved it here. And Teeks is, I think, going to need something really ugly and grindy to kind of turn the tide a little bit here. So Teeks finishes with an official race time of 33:18. So 2-zip now for Haxor, but Teeks still has a chance here to at least get himself back into this, but he has to win Game 3.
Speaking of Game 3, we will be setting it up right now, and it should be up and running very soon. We will
Yes,
return
indeed.
momentarily.
While we wait, do give our runners a follow for this championship match. And you can, TEEX88 and TheHaxor, you can give myself, Dust Minion, and me, Pro8007, a follow as well. But do start with our runners for putting on a great show here of display in this championship match. So we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we are back for game 3 of this best of 5 tournament final between TEEX88 and the TheHaxor. TheHaxor has controlled the board so far, winning a back and forth game 1 and playing a really solid game 2. He avoided some of the early mistakes that befell TEEX to take a 2-0 tourney lead here as we get ready for what could be a match point for TheHaxor to become the 4th champion in the Super Mario Brothers 3 tournament, Rando tournament. So get your predictions in chat for what will be the next for the first world in this. I will say 7. Let's go for RWO. We got to have RWO.
Let's hope we get a game 4, because we all want that.
Yeah, we've only had, as I said in game 2, we've had 5 we've had 5 of 23 matches go beyond that weren't sweeps. The others were best of 3, so it's not quite the same thing. But nonetheless, we'd like to see more rando if we can, and we lead off with World 6. So
Okay, without hammers at the ready, this shouldn't be a deciding factor unless nastiness approaches.
That is probably indeed the case. We'll see. But we'll see what 610 ends up being. Okay.
The 1-5 beta.
2 loss levels right off the bat, and neither of them with power-ups, so our runner's gonna have to kind of rough it here. TEEX almost got hit by, had to avoid getting a carom shot with a Buzzy Beetle there.
Yeah. And, that's some enemy placement. Those final 2 pipes, they don't always both have a plan in them.
Yeah, because of what they did, that actually created kind of a despawn there. Or that created a spawn. Usually they despawn because of enemy count. Oh! TEEX getting hit in the face there.
It's fine. He has a cloud now.
Yeah. And pipes are useless. Play the fort or don't play the fort. TheHaxor's saying no, and TheHaxor finds 7-1, and that's a small Mario. That you're not doing that.
Nuh-uh. Not happening.
Well, So, see what,
I mean, anything to do.
Well, TheHaxor, TEEX not getting any help there. Maybe that third hammer bro will come around. TEEX is going for it. Okay, like TEEX was going for it. Like, nope, not doing this. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, well he's fine.
Okay. Yeah, this is fine. This is not a bad arena to get trapped on.
Yeah. So, okay, all the flocks are in place. So, TEEX is going for it? I'm a little puzzled by this. TheHaxor is going back to play the fort. It's 4F1. Axe is going to get a star kill on Boom Boom here. And yeah, to TEEX's credit, this is not a bad... Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's
okay.
an ugly placement. Oh. Oh, and that fortress did not break those 2 locks, which means that was the answer.
Oh, TEEX is in deep deep, deep trouble now.
Oh.
I think he just killed him. I think he just KO'd himself out of this. I really hope not, but boy, that is really, really brutal.
Right on TheHaxor's end, one of the hand stages.
This is our first.
Yeah, we didn't get to see these in the earlier 2 seeds.
This is our first hand stage, and it's a hammer, no less.
And,
oh boy.
The 3 hand stages share the same reward room, so we're gonna see 2 more hammers if the other 2 show up.
Yeah. TheHaxor on his way now to This actually saves TEEX, strangely enough.
And there we go, right there.
Okay, that is one of the strangest 6s I've ever seen. Might be the 6th, but it might be the strangest period, but wow.
Next up is Desert. Alright, we can skip that pyramid.
I just grabbed the split. 36 seconds. That's the difference after one world. After all of that. Hacks in a little bit of a spot of a bother there.
And got the orb.
Yeah, nice job there.
And some primo star usage there with dual fire rows.
Unfortunately, TheHaxor is going to have to play. Cannot use his hammer right now. Oh, we got bodied there in 6-3.
Okay.
Okay, I see what he's doing.
Let's go the other way. And TEEX will do the same.
Yeah. All of a sudden, we got ourselves a race. And TEEX is playing very aggressively. TEEX knows he's in trouble. Or he believes himself to be in trouble because of what happened earlier.
Yes, at this point you do have to play a little more dangerously.
Well, yeah. The inhibitions have basically are coming off here. So, it's all down to how hard are you going to press the attack. And TheHaxor, we'll see how he plays this. This is his 3rd seed in a row, and they both played a seed before this, at the very least. So, they might be getting a little fatigued here. Which is one of the reasons why I made it best of 5, because I wanted to test the runner's mental endurance. Growl basically TEEX lucked himself out of a bad out of a bad cloud situation. And got away with it. There's a cloud, speaking of which.
Cloud. Alright, TheHaxor's gonna use one of his.
You end up skipping 3-1, which is a pretty short stage, but it's water, so... Yeah, he played 7-1 3 times and got away with it. Not very often you get to say that with a straight face. TheHaxor left a cloud on the table in game 2. So we'll see if he did comment on it between races. So we'll see if he sticks to that. Yeah, nothing's gonna stop me in front of a lemon tree. One of my favorites. Shake harder, boy.
Okay, a fort right there. Gotta play it, whether it's the correct one or not, because you never know.
You don't want to be coming back. And there's also a halfway decent chance it's required anyways.
Also, that's like the 3rd time that cheat sheep has tried to ambush you when you enter that door.
Mm-hmm. So
that's supposed to be a rarity.
Yeah, no kidding. Alright, so we got a couple of stages to play here. We got 7-7. Yeah, I got it at 43 seconds as of now, as of their last splits, so... so we have 5-5. I think this is our first time seeing this stage tonight.
Another cloud for TEEX.
He might burn both of them. I mean, okay, he's not, but, okay, he's going for the clip.
Yep. Like, I think like the sweet spot is like 3 attempts, then just do it, just do it.
Yeah, TheHaxor getting his cloud. TheHaxor gets the transition skip on the hammer, bro.
It's not that hard to do, actually. You just have to be holding down the direction you want to go, and you got it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, but it's one of those things, like, you know, I guess it seems harder than it is. $12.04 for hacks.
Fortunately, couldn't really do it there because it was 1 cell above.
Right, so we got a 1 Fort World 1. We have 1-4 in a pseudo-ish vanilla location.
Not there.
Surprise TEEX isn't using his clouds. He will probably use them in World 1 because that's basically a guarantee that you're gonna get your value. You're gonna get some value out of them because there's nothing. You don't have to worry about routes or anything. It's like it's there. Use them.
Yep, and if you got a star and there's a hammer brother right there, that's even more guarantee.
Yeah. So 13:22 for Teek. So 40. 1 minute 18 seconds. How did Teeks lose over a minute? Well, Haxor used a cloud. Teeks didn't. That's a large reason why. Hax used his cloud to skip 3-1 in the desert. Teeks is still holding on to his clouds. I think that's going to change, though. Or I think in this world in particular. Alright, we got 4-3.
Teeks tripped.
Ooh.
I will see what Haxor does here. Does he use the other cloud? Yes.
Yeah, he's got an extra cloud behind that, so... Let's see. I don't know if we'll find out what he skipped, and there's another hammer. Only place he could be useful is World 3, and he needs a twin for that. Very nice with the P speed.
Well, we're halfway done. We have yet to see water, sky, and pipes.
Yeah, 3 of the potentially longest worlds in Randomizer, depending on the map draw. Got plenty of forts still to see. A lot of the endgame forts are still out there. Well, that's a nice draw.
Yeah. So, double hammer play is irrelevant. That's good.
Yeah, 7F2. Teeks, Haxor's going to play it right now. Teeks is playing 7-8. That's the stage Haxor skipped with his cloud. So, a good choice overall by Haxor. Double cloud would have been useful. It probably would have been in this case. Just because 4-3 and 7-8 are fairly long, and Haxor gets a free pass to the airship. World 2 airship.
And there was Wendy.
Haxor closing in. It's only 3 worlds away from a sweep and the championship. Teeks has really got to put it together here. He's unfortunately he's going to have to hope for a couple of unforced errors from Haxor. That's something Hax has not done very much of, particularly in the bracket stages. His play has been really sharp, although I say this, and he has a little trouble there in 4-2 at the start. We didn't actually know if that fort was actually required or not. It usually is, and it is, so 7F2 required. But luckily, they didn't have to travel very far to get to it. TheHaxor had no trouble in opening section of Carpet Fort, 6F3.
The stretches are always going to be the stretches. And they always spawn at the same time as they always do.
Yep. Now, play the fort or not? Yeah, good choice. And it's not required, so that... This might be where TEEX makes a gamble. He's going to gamble that it's not required.
TheHaxor's just going to probably feels he has everything he wants. And he's just gonna beat this Boom Boom in the off chance that the lock actually is blocking something like an easy path to the end.
Yeah. If he has to do the long way around, then that would be really bad for him. So 2019 for TEEX, he's over 2.5 minutes back.
And
very sharp play by TheHaxor.
Yep.
Very good. That's very good.
That's a 2-stage skip, and we're already there at the end of the world.
Yep. The 56 for TheHaxor. World 7 away. It's the mini equalizer, as some have called it.
But this still has a chance. There's still a chance that this could be the nicest pipes in the world and just take you straight to the end with nothing in your way.
Then we got 3-pipe money instead. And, well, he got it. Now he's just got to get to North Central, because that's... Well, maybe not. Or hope that he finds the pipe that takes him behind the lock. Only one pipe that'll do it, though.
I mean, it would be nice, but I don't think they're going to find it in time.
Well, he's if nothing else, he's going to afford himself every opportunity to make it so.
Yeah, I'd still search for it regardless.
Yeah. TEEX is going for the item, so now we're going to see if this was a valid play or not.
And that was a P-Wing, so that's nice to have.
Nice to have. We'll see if it was worth the candle. Nope.
Oh.
That. Ugh. Let's see if he goes for the item in 3. Let's see if he goes for the item in 3-7.
He is.
Oh yeah. Didn't have a choice. I think he knows he's in trouble. He has to hope for basically, a cloud at this point. A cloud would really go in handy. Well, he got a hammer suit.
That might be something?
It's something. It's not 2.5 minutes of something, unfortunately. He does use his cloud successfully, but had to play 3-7 and took the long way to get there. You can screen soul Piranha? Yes, you can. Same principles as Hammer Bros. Takes almost 3 minutes back. 23:50. Excuse me.
We saw Room with a View already.
He was hoping it was 7F1. We haven't seen that yet.
And now it's TEEX' turn to explore these pipes.
Yes, we saw Mushroom House and Room with a View, yeah.
Refund for Star.
Yeah.
So Anchor was a cloud.
Unfortunately, it's a little late to be using that at this point. Unless, 8-1 or 8-2 is up front. Yeah, World 6 Airship is the last one.
Yep, and you have just enough room to P-speed. So you can skip that lower portion.
He intentionally meant to lose his tail there, but there it is. 26-18. Alright. For the last time, for potentially the last time in this tournament, how many bridges are we going to see here, chat? And people say max it out, 4. Nice P-speed stretch there by TEEX88. There's 8-2 in the corner, and we got 3-pipe Monty again. And we got 2 other checks. Let's see what we can get out of those. A lot of stuff there on the hand. Oh!
Okay.
Well,
Only one path.
Yeah, there is only one true path.
Alright. Hand trap number 1.
It's an easy stage to skip a few times and not feel like you're losing anything. See how many times he decides to go for this. Probably as many as he feels necessary, honest. Okay, it took 2 tries. Alright.
And
Good
saving
choice.
his position.
Good choice. Especially if he gets a... Okay, so this is a regular stage. Not thrilled to see that. And TEEX, unfortunately, got trolled by the Anchor as well. Alright, so he's got 2 forts guaranteed coming up here. He's going to probably play both of them. Because it's linear, he doesn't have to come back to this place again. And we got 8 forts.
Yeah, I imagine he plays both of these stages at the same time too, because when you're this deep in, it's kind of risky to go back to the hunt.
Yeah.
At this point, he doesn't even know where the valley is.
That and he's not getting Haxor's not getting 1 cycle here. Yeah, on top of that, you don't want to be backtracking on something like this if you can help it. And for all he knows, the dark area is going to be blocked in 1 or 2 ways that are going to impede his progress altogether. Still open for that 7F1 to come up. That's why I think he armed the raccoon tail on the off chance.
Well, he still had this P-speed, just speed past on top. You do want to shave as much time as you can in this fort.
For sure. And TEEX, I think, he's not taking any chances. He's just gonna play it out. Oh, and there it is. There it is. Get ready, chat, where the coronation is upon us. TheHaxor is less than a minute away from joining Duckfist, Macobra52, and Mitch Flower Power as the champions of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament.
And Gus the clip.
Get ready. 5 jumps will do it, and TheHaxor will have swept and won the match.
Now, for those of you unfamiliar with this, with Bowser's lack of hitbox in his lower 2 tiles, you still need to kind of move around because those fireballs can reach down and tag you.
Yeah. Jake's finding the other forts, as it turns out. 5F2 and 8 fort. Or 5F2 and 5F2.
With that, everyone get your GGs out, and congratulations to TheHaxor, our Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer 2021 champion.
Yes, indeed. He has won with an official race time of 32:02. We have our champion, the TheHaxor. Congratulations to TheHaxor.
So as it turns out, those 2 forts past False Tank were the answer.
Yeah, both of them. Both created the bridges. So TheHaxor making the correct move to play what was in front of him, and we welcome our 2021 Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer champion, TheHaxor, to the chat. GG, sir.
GG.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I got a puppy with me.
Well, you got puppy. All right. Excellent. So, your thoughts on tonight's seeds and your play overall?
I mean, I, everything just lined up. It's like 3 of the rounds just felt like I couldn't make a mistake, really.
Mhm.
And again, like this round, I'm not sure. Like everything worked out. Every single thing I did pretty much worked out, except for World 8 and first seed. But
Yeah,
I just,
yeah,
what. It's hard to lose when that happens, and I only died
yeah.
once, and I was in seed 3, so.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, game one was really the only one where you were really in any serious danger of actually losing, because game one was pretty wild and back and forth. You led for, I'd say, 70% of it. Teeks made it back and forth in the final 3 worlds, and particularly in World 8, but you staked yourself to a good lead in games 2 and 3 early, and Teeks couldn't, through some unforced errors, was never quite able to catch up. So basically, you playing your game was all you needed.
Yeah, that was kind of the goal, is winning the first seed kind of puts the pressure on the other person, and sometimes it's tougher to play. When you really want to win the next one, even though it's best of 3, it's like you don't want to go down 2-0 because it's quite a hole to climb out of.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to be feeling that kind of pressure on yourself. Game, if it's 1-0, it's like, it's okay, no big whoop, especially if it's if it's something that you know what you did. It's like, okay, forget it, move on. All 3 seeds tonight were pretty quick. I think the highest time might be this one here with Teeks at like 35 and 36 or so and change. And that's mostly because he picked the opposite force that you did. He was, I think, really pressing, because his early game, he ran into trouble in 7-1 and never quite got out from under there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
mean,
what happened? Did he go for the mushroom house?
No,
he did not.
Huh. Okay.
That was a very sharp move on your part.
I was just hoping I didn't get a frog suit, because if I did, I was like, well, I'm going to play the fort and damage this thing. I know I've been able to clip with it before, but I don't know. I suck at clipping 7 with the frog. It always seems like in that situation I get a frog, so I was happy to not get one.
I mean, I imagine it's easier to do it in 7-6 than 7-1 because of the real estate that you have to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Teek successfully clipped with Frog in 7-6 tonight, so...
Oh, okay.
Can be done. And Teeks, Teeks finishes this off with a hammer, with 5 hammers to Bowser's head, and that will do it. So get out your GGs for our runner-up, TEEX88.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were... Oh, sorry.
Finishing official race time of 36:47, so GG's to Teeks. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I think a lot of people, when I used the hammer suit in Seed 2, I bet a lot of people were confused, but I just know going into Ludwig that I just don't want to die in that fight. And he can jump right through you, and there's no guarantee I'm going to get a power-up on the airship, so I just wanted to go in with 2 power-up states to ensure I don't die,
That's a fair point. I mean, with any of those Koopa kids early, it's like, oh, if you're small, it's like you're kind of like, please don't get hitboxed. Please don't get hitboxed.
Yeah, it's very much a catch-22 when you want to save that, but circumstances are gonna force you to bite the bullet and hammer up early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not something you want to do, but again, I know how important it is to not take a death against someone like Teeks, because he's very good and he can capitalize on that sort of stuff. And he probably felt similarly, where it sounded like he was taking some deaths, and it's kind of a rough situation to be in.
Yeah, that kind of forced him to kind of press the attack a little bit. Successfully by and large. I mean, he did some things you don't normally see, like P-speeding 1-4, for example. He got that to perfection. So yeah, he was going for it. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough in most cases to really erase the original deficit that he had against you. So
Yeah, it just felt like I won every 50-50 basically, and it's like, I don't know. It's so lucky, but yeah.
Yeah, and I know, in the group play, you had some kind of really rough seeds, and some of your times were a little higher than normal. And it's like, you finished undefeated, but it's like, I remember, like, for you, like, some of those seeds were a little like, man, this kind of sucks.
Well, I played Hammers Don't Break Locks for 2 of mine, and then Caddy played one in the 3rd, and I knew I had to get my time down because I wanted to get top 8, so I didn't for that matchup. But even one of the seeds where Hammers broke locks, it was 40 minutes, so the average time was a little deceiving. And so I think if you just went based on average time, you would have thought I really had no chance. But if you actually watch the games, I thought I played fairly well the last 4 seeds of the group stage, and then going into the bracket stage, obviously.
Yeah, and with the draw you ended up getting, you had to go through a grinder as far as your. They're all grinders, but Paradox, Stewie, and Mitch as your bracket opponents. Like, oh boy.
Yeah, definitely. I'd never beaten Paradox in a series. I'd never beaten Mitch in a series, so I had to beat both of them. And then, Stewie put up quite a fight. He was the only person that beat me, actually, all tournaments.
Yeah,
so
you were
he
12
took the
and
game
1.
from you.
Yeah, you were 12 and 1 going into this tournament. TEEX was actually 13 and 1 because he actually played an extra round. Because he was the 9th seed, so he had to, I think, face Gimp Extreme in round 1. So, yeah, both of you came in with 1 loss apiece in this tournament. So, apart from like one little hiccup, for both of you, like both of you guys just, buzzsawed through everybody in the field. So,
yeah, it was a bit surprising. But I played pretty well. I didn't take a lot of deaths, and that was kind of the key. Is I think this year I focused more on like just understanding where I can be aggressive versus where I can't. Whereas last year, like, it was kind of big for me to do routing. Also, I didn't play as many seeds overall in practice because I think I got kind of burnt out last year too. I played a lot. So I tried to play this.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, I think before the race we did with Cobra and Mitch, that you were trying to kind of keep that in check mentally and not let it, kind of like everything start to like, you feel the same, like, oh, who cares? That kind of thing.
If you get like 6 bad seeds in a row, your mental state is kind of bad because you're like, every seed's terrible.
I actually before, and I'm not excusing what my play, but like the day before my match with Mitch, my final practice, it's like I had one of those days, like, man, I can't do anything right. It's like everything sucks.
Yep.
But somebody, sorry for the awkward segue, but somebody who definitely does not suck. Welcome, TEEX, runner-up to the 2021 tournament. GG, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And GG, HaxOr.
GG, man. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. GG to you as well. Probably disappointed it didn't go the way you wanted, but you had a great tournament.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the first match was actually pretty close. I think we were only like 20 seconds apart, and from what I gathered, we were exchanging leads back and forth going through World 8. And I didn't feel too bad about that. I mean, I took that from the Paragoombas at the start of 2-5, and that kind of set me back a little bit, I'm sure. But I just kind of figured it could have happened to anybody. It wasn't that big of a time loss, so I think I was able to put myself back together for the most part. But then, I just started choking right at the start of the second seed, and then it just started kind of a domino effect from there, unfortunately. And tonight wasn't my night.
Yeah. Game 2 and 3, some rough starts for you, but you bounced back, particularly in Game 2. I mean, you were really making some really aggressive plays. We were talking about, the 1-4 P-speed strat, things like that. You were really going after it and really trying to make something happen. And by and large, you did succeed in that respect. But yeah, go ahead.
Even in game 3, even with that time gap between you two, you actually closed it significantly at some point.
Yeah, it was getting closer, but then there were that one fort kind of mildly backfired on you, and there were a couple other little things. You kind of got it. But it is one of those things. Yeah, it's like it was like one little thing and it just kind of spiraled, I guess. But still some terrific play though from both of you.
Did you get the item in one fort?
Yeah,
I think
it
that
was
the
an episode.
Yeah.
No, it was a P-wing. It was a P-wing.
Right.
Yeah, because the lock was between the pipe and where 5F2 is. You had to circle around, and the first stage you played was 3-7. You went for the item. That was the hammer suit.
I see. And I don't even know what happened in Seed 3, right in World 6, because I tried to make the play to skip both forts, and then I saw that 7-1 was in the way. So I was like, I don't want to go in there small. So after taking that deck midway into the level, I went out clouded, and then I saw that there was another lock in front of me. So I was like, oh god, did one of those forts I skip end up being required? So I tried to backtrack and then play the level anyway. And then as soon as I entered, I realized, oh wait, I have a hammer. So yeah, foresight's always 20/20.
Yeah. That ultimately, I think, saved you from really being behind, being 5 minutes behind off the bat. You were only 35 seconds back after one world. So, all things considered, it actually didn't hurt you as bad as, it could have. But I could see how that, mentally that kind of tilted you a bit.
Yeah, I think that by the time I got halfway through Seed 3, I was kind of went through the 7 stages of Groove and just kind of accepted what was going to happen either way. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
it happens.
But hey, this is still for both of you your best performance in the main tournament. TheHaxor, you were 4th last year. This year, you're champion. TEEX, actually, you had an early exit to TheHaxor, and now this year you're runner-up. So a great improvement for both of you.
Thanks so much, Proa.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? The top 3 players were vanilla players, so, feels pretty good to be a vanilla player right now.
That has not gone unremarked. I've had that discussion with some other people in the community. We've remarked that, the vanilla players have been kind of slower in adopting the rando, but you look at the top 8 and except for I think me and Mustard, they were predominantly rando player. They were predominantly speedrun players playing rando, and you saw the results. I think overall.
Yeah, it takes a bit to adapt just because you have to kind of understand, right, where every part in the level where an enemy can screw you over. And it takes a lot of playing to just understand that. And, and the routing thing too. I mean, you probably have this happen too. I still have seeds where I learned things of just wow, that was weird. I don't know what was going on in that world.
Yeah, for about a week prior to this final match, I was just combing through a whole bunch of seeds looking for awkward levels so that I could just just isolate the levels and just save state them until I can, figure out what would be a logical solution if I come up on it. And it paid off in some cases, like the 1.4p speed, and trying to get 1 cycles on the, in the hot foot hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I never got the opportunity. Well, I had one opportunity. So to 1 cycle that, enter the door and clip through the wall. I've gotten to do it a few times in practice, but that was kind of my plan if I ever took double damage there. I got it one time in a practice seed. I haven't seen anybody do it before. I thought it was neat.
Yeah. So anyway, give our runners a follow if you haven't already. What a terrific finish to a most unpredictable tournament. It was a lot of surprises, a lot of new faces acquitting themselves very nicely here, and we have our 4th new champion on top of all of that with the TheHaxor, and TEEX also joining the top 4 for the first time. So it's great. It's great to see new faces in the winner's circle for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah, and Macobra saying lots of sweeps too. Yeah, out of 24 matches, only 5 of them actually went more that were not sweeps, which is
that was the most surprising thing to me personally.
Yeah, I did some research on this. 2020 had 8 matches out of 22, I think, go the distance, and I think in 2019 it was 9 out of 24. I think went the distance. So it's interesting there were so many sweeps this year compared to past years. You'd think there'd actually be fewer, but this year, yeah, it was a lot of donuts.
Competition was stacked.
Yeah, as I said, it's tough to win, that next game after you go down 1-0 because the pressure's on you in those 3 game sets.
Yeah, for sure. And the competition was stacked. We were actually missing, I'd say, about 8 to 10 of our usuals due to one circumstance or another. There were several people, really solid bracket level players who, for one reason or another, could not attend this year's tournament. But the people who stepped in, the new faces, more than acquitted themselves admirably in this. And Leslie Pro also pointing out correctly, yes, we had a outstanding Challenge Cup as well with a lot of wild matches and some exciting finishes. So thanks to Macobra for putting that on for the 2nd straight year. So we had lots of rando action over the last 8 weeks, and I hope for everybody watching it was a good time for them.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and thanks everybody who did commentary. There are a lot of people that did a lot of work. Shout out to Meowth Rocket. I know he did a lot of commentary, especially during the day, and SpeedGaming for putting this on, and obviously the competitors as well, because without people willing to participate, wouldn't have a fun tournament.
Absolutely, and thanks to Dust Minion, who actually I think would have been in this as a participant, but unfortunately had to withdraw due to personal circumstances. But thanks to him for joining me on. Thanks to him for joining me on the comms tonight. A well-deserved honor for you, sir.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor to come with you on this exceptional match.
Yes, it was. Yes, thank you. And so insofar as the randomizer for the rest of for up ahead, we're going to take the next couple of weeks off from our weeklies. We'll be back on the 17th. Human Mustard's got a treat planned for us, I think. Lots of seeds. That's all I really know at this point, but I'm sure it's going to be a good one. Insofar as tournaments go, we do have SG Live in November. It will be done remote as it was last year due to the pandemic. Details are still up in the air, but we do plan on having the tournament again. So stay tuned for details on that. As far as the 2022 tournament, that is TBD at this point. The only thing I can say with about 99.9% certainty is I will not be running it next year. I'm going to step aside and sort of advise from off to the side, but I'm going to let somebody else step forward and bring their own ideas and their own voice and their own and their own angle to this tournament. So I look forward to seeing what the new person, whoever they may be, person or persons, brings to the 2022 tournament, and I will certainly be there as an enthusiastic participant and commentator, and will be happy to assist as I can. But thanks to every person who commentated, restreamed, ran, did everything they could to help make this tournament what it was, as well as the Challenge Cup. And special thanks to SpeedGaming for once again giving us a home and allowing us the space to make this tournament happen. So thanks again to everybody, and we will see you all again very soon for the weeklies and for future tournaments. So stay tuned for more Randomizer, and may Boss Bass continue to go hungry.
See you next year. Goodbye for now.